It is time for another episode of the Cultural Hall. It is an Articles of News episode, and I don't know when the last time we did this was, that it was just a regular Articles of News episode, that it was not a conference recap, that we had more than one co-host at least over a year. It's ladies' night, and the feeling is right. I'm joined by Megan, the Mitchell, and Chow. Hello, Miss Wild.
Hello.
Texas
Hello,
and Draper,
Richie.
respectively,
Bluffdale.
right? Yeah,
Bluffdale.
My bad. It's all the south end of the Salt Lake Valley, which is growing too much and is overcrowded. So
I agree.
We're going to get into a lot of news. Now, I haven't told you guys this. We're recording this today, but people that are hearing this are like, of course they're recording this today. They're not going to hear it for a bit. So when we get to the news articles, we're going to pretend like it's the past, way the past, but it's the future for us. But today is the present. So hopefully that all kind of made some sense. What's new? Chow, I haven't seen you in a while.
Still have 5 kids. Still married to Russ.
Okay.
Still working as a lawyer.
Now, is it when we chatted before with you, at least one of the times, you were running to be a judge. Is it judge electing season again, or have we pumped the brakes on that?
No, it's like every 4 years.
Okay.
So, and I was in a 4-person race, so finished somewhere behind number 1. We all kind of evened out. So anyways, but it was a good experience. So now I'm just lawyering it up, and I'll probably run again when the time is right and when the position is right and it feels right, all that stuff.
Interesting statistic that I picked up off the radio yesterday. 70% of contests that are elected go uncontested in the United States. Do you know?
Yep.
Can you believe that?
I can. Oh,
that was unreal to me. So way to be a statistic breaker, Chow.
I do my best. That's what
I mean,
do.
You didn't win, so you didn't really do your best. No shame. I mean, close.
Yeah, I'll fix that next time. I'll control the results better.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I mean, they're all just fake results anyway. We all know
right.
that. The other question I want to ask you, in the recent conference, the temple for your district was announced. Yes. What's the movement down there? What's going on with that?
They've announced the site. It is in Cedar Park, and in December we were up in that area for a baptism of a friend's child. So we drove over and looked at it, and it is still grass and rocks and trees. They haven't done anything. It's just, oh, look, kids, that right there is going to be a temple someday. And kids were like, cool, you showed us a landscaped field area. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for this. So.
In my heart of hearts, I want them, once they've announced the site and also picked the site, I sort of want a sign that says "Future Home of Eternal Salvation" to be plotted
right there.
And then people are like, "Wait, what? What is?
It's across the street from a high school football stadium, which in Texas, that high school football stadium is larger than like Southern Utah University's football stadium. So
yeah.
That's going to be interesting, Friday night temple session with the crowds across the street cheering on the marching bands, the whole 9 yards. I'm sure they'll do some soundproofing for that. So
do you think people will try to park at the temple when they go to the game?
Oh, I bet. That'll be fun too.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and
big sign, no temple or no football game parking.
Or maybe your temple recommends scans you into the parking lot, right? Now a parking pass too.
Have you guys already read the news article that I'm going to talk about? Because the church is facing this on a particular thing. We'll get into it when we get into articles of news. It's fascinating where this is and what's going on.
Yeah.
But you know what this tells me? Do Texas football concessions? Is that a thing? High school football concessions? That means you go do a sealing ceremony, get a funnel cake afterwards. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
Oh my goodness, a giant pickle. So, a
hot dog, some nachos.
So here's the other interesting thing for us.
Okay.
We are closer to the San Antonio temple even after this temple is built. So we are the southernmost ward in the southernmost state in the Texas Austin mission. And it's 50 minutes to the San Antonio temple, and it'll be an hour to the Cedar Park temple. So we may not change too much. We may still save 10 minutes.
Well, you know what, Chow? I'm actually closer to the Draper Temple than the Ochre Mountain Temple, but I'm in the Ochre Mountain Temple District.
So
it's about a 2-minute difference.
Well, yeah. It's like a Utah vibe. I see what's
Yeah.
happening here. Texas is
Right.
becoming more like Utah.
Yep.
There we go.
You know, I'm 7 minutes from the Jordan River Temple, and when the Taylorsville Temple is finished, I'll be 4 minutes. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, fun fact about that, the Taylorsville Temple, that is where I was baptized. I was
in the
baptized
temple?
in that stake center where it's going to be. So I feel like that says something about my holiness that they had to turn it into a temple. But, you know, I'm not saying anything myself yet.
Yeah. Keep that up. Let's see how that goes for you. Interesting, since we're just throwing in fun facts. The best tamales that you can get is across the street from the Taylorsville Temple in that junky. Is that their old Reams or something like that?
Yes.
Right there? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not a company. It's not a business. You just have to go there on the right day. I'm on a Facebook page where they announce when they're going to be selling the homemade tamales in that parking lot. And from all reports, they are the best tamales, but you have to know when they're going to be there.
Okay.
Is it just like someone's abuela just showing up? And
yes,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you get them in quart size Ziploc bags. And then
those are the best kind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's an amazing food that we eat all the time here in Texas. So I would love that.
Rub it in. What's new for you, Megan?
Oh, so funny story. So all of my boys have had birthdays in the last few weeks, and my youngest just had his birthday. He turned 5. And so we went to his well check yesterday at the doctor's office, and I showed up and I said, "Hey, I'm here for his appointment." And they're like, "We don't see him on the schedule." And I was like, "Well, here's my confirmation email and text." And they were like, "Well, the doctor's out sick today, so you should have gotten a call yesterday to reschedule." And I'm like, "I did not get a call."
Yeah.
I also don't answer my phone ever. But I was like, I didn't get a call. And they're like, "Oh, we have a record showing that they did call and left you a message." And I'm like, I 100% ignored that call because I thought it was just a reminder. And I already knew because it was on my calendar.
Sure.
So that was really real fun. And so we drove all the way from Bluffdale up to Murray for the doctor's appointment. And so I'm like, "Well, buddy, let's go to the Lego store." And so that was fun, except that I said, "We can't buy anything. We can just go look." And we ended up with a Lego set.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the way home, there's a store in Draper called Pyrodos. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Do you know that place, Chow?
No, don't know.
It's amazing.
Imagine
it has it's like all imported candy and goodies and imported sodas. It's amazing. And I had gotten my older son candy there from Germany and Japan for his birthday. So all my kids are like, "We want to go to Pyrodos." So that was the other treat on the way home from the doctor's appointment, was taking my little guy to get some fancy candy. He got some disgusting stuff, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Like a gummy spider and a gummy dinosaur and whatever. Made him happy.
I thought that the end of that story was going to be you grabbing the collar of the person at the medical office and saying, "Do you know what it took to get me here today with this kid? Do you know how many kids are at home? I don't care if it's a registered nurse or if it's just someone who's read a book about a wellness check. Put the kid on the scale, take the temperature, let's do the weight. I'm not coming back." Was where I thought that was going.
So close. I was so close.
Yeah.
So close to that reaction. I just would have like jumped through their partition and just ripped somebody apart. But it's fine. The appointment's rescheduled. We got a giant gummy spider. All is well in the 5-year-old world.
So interesting experience that I had. I'm thinking about the various things that are going on that I want to share. So I'll share the most recent one, and then I'll talk about some other stuff because I'm going to do some other news. There will be lots of news coming, everybody. Lots of news episodes because apparently people miss the banter a little bit.
It's fun.
as I was driving home from the gym today, I thought, you know what I should do, which is never a good thing. And my wife will attest. She always has to hear the same thing 3 times before she takes it serious. But I thought about, as I was driving home, because I'm at this little, like, part of my life where I'm a little bit, I don't want to say lost, but if I was being real honest with myself, I'm a little lost. Like, I love doing weddings and events, and that's really fun. And, business this year, for all intents and purposes, is going to be the best year that I've ever had as far as that goes, and having guys work for me. But it's a young man's game, and I don't want to always do it. I don't know when my exit is, but I don't want to always do it. So I'm kind of like keeping my ear towards things that people that are similar to me are doing, and thinking, okay, is that something that I could do? And then also trying to be open to, those promptings, right? Guided towards stuff. I don't, yeah, whatever, right?
Yeah.
As I was driving home from the gym, I was like, maybe I'll go and get my master's in ministry.
Do it.
I don't know.
Do it.
Listen, it was a fleeting comment at this point, but I don't know. I mean, that could be good. There's lots of things that a master's in ministry would teach you. It's public speaking. It's it's helping people. It's religious based as well. I don't know. That gives you any sort of indication.
All good things. The source of it.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
sounds like inspiration to me.
Yeah, maybe. Here's what I will say, and I'm trying to do this. In fact, in a future episode that has already been recorded, wrap your head around that. We talk about, like, speaking into existence the things that you would like for your life, and when people compliment you, allow that compliment to rest on you and don't deflect it. Both are terrible practices of mine. I don't do either of those at all. Not even at all well, at all. I don't do those things at all. I'm gonna manifest. I'm gonna Oprah the crap out of this. I would love to do this here thing, this cultural hall thing, as a full-time job. I think that would be where I would like to lean into something in and around and consistent with this, and bringing in some other things. And I'll share this other thing too. So last night. And then I promise we're doing news, everybody. But the emails told me that people liked the weird banter.
The banter is good. Yeah.
The banter is very good.
I'm thinking of writing a book too. Again,
do it.
A minister in a book. Here's what I want my book to be called, and I want to see if the church comes after me.
Okay.
Good Mormon.
Hey,
that's cute.
Yeah.
Maybe you could adjust how you spell Mormon. Mormyn.
Yeah.
Go real Utah on it.
Mourmyn. Mormon.
There it is.
Perfect.
Or put a dash in between it, or an apostrophe.
Richie, I want to give you an assignment.
Yes.
An exploratory assignment to help you fill out this new idea.
I hope this is serious, because I really will do whatever you. Okay. Go ahead. I'm ready to type.
I want you to listen to the podcast, The Rise and Fall of Mars Hill. Okay? And listen to it. There's a guy in it that he is an expert on ecclesiastical narcissism.
Okay.
And I love, like, you'll hear about his path, how he got into that career path. And I think you'll really find it interesting. And it'll kind of help you understand, like, how you can take your own riff on it for your full-time podcast and your Good Mormon book, because he's kind of done it all, and he's become like the guy you go to outside of our church. Other churches, they bring him in and they say, we think we want to hire this guy as a pastor, but we need you to do an investigation into him to see if he's a narcissist.
Interesting.
And they do, and the results were fascinating. But The Rise and Fall of Mars Hill focuses on one very narcissistic pastor. Heaven hope that he doesn't hear that I talked about him, because he's a pastor down in Arizona, and he's actually come at our faith, the LDS Mormon faith, pretty hard in the past couple weeks. Anyways, I don't need to be in his crosshairs, because he says some pretty crazy stuff. But that's your assignment. Listen to that. And then you'll hear one of these, and the guy I'm talking about, he's out of Minnesota. He's not affiliated, but he went and got a degree in ministering, and that helped him develop what he now does professionally. So
okay.
anyways,
looks like there's 19 episodes. I will binge the crap out of this.
Oh my goodness. And they're fascinating and they're well done. So
good. All right.
Yeah. That's your assignment.
When you started to say the name of that podcast, I instantly went to The Rise and Fall of LuLaRoe. And I was like, oh, Richie, you should just start an MLM. Start a cultural hall MLM.
Deal. Done.
Make that happen.
I will do that all day. And you guys, mark my words.
Ground floor.
You're the first in my downline. Ground floor. An opportunity for you to be able to spend the time with the people you love the most, doing the things that you love the very best for the most money. And just
will you guarantee that I will be diamond, platinum, laser, dragon level?
Yes.
Making millions of dollars.
Yes.
I just a private jet ride.
Yes.
With the big cultural hall branding right on the side.
Yes. You guys, we got it. Let's
there it is.
take a break, and when we come back, we'll do actual articles of news.